Ever since late March when the pandemic hit the United States, Americans have been looking for entertainment things to keep themselves busy while they quarantine and keep themselves safe. Swiss Beats and Timberlake had came up with a platform called Versuz. Versuz is a wonderful entertaining platform that allows artists to go head to head with their hits and all of their pop culture success, and track for track, we the crowd judge and say who's better than who. The conversations have been fierce, while the artists that have participated have received millions and millions of streams, notability, and has woken up a whole new generation to some of these artists. Granted, a lot of the battles have been good, some of them have been even legendary, and a few of them we could have done without. But with the recent announcement of 2 Chainz versus Rick Ross, I have to question Swiss Beats and Timberlake respectively and saying, y'all running out of ideas? I mean, no disrespect to Rick Ross and 2 Chainz. These are 2 artists that are definitely legendary in their own right. They have definitely made moves, and they have definitely dented the culture with their brand of lyrical abilities. But at the same time, I could have found them better opponents myself. Now, what I've done is I've compiled a list of 11 different battles that I would love to see, and that Swiss Beats and Timberlake should definitely work on. Now, granted, some of these are definitely wish battles that probably never happened due to one thing or another. And I know there are certain things that keep artists from battling, like time, maybe record labels, or maybe even husbands. But we'll definitely look into this. But here's my list of 11 artists that should battle in Versuz. Now, this is part 1. I know you guys are going to have my head. You guys are going to be in the comment section going off. But I'm telling you right now, there's definitely going to be more videos like this. So definitely like, subscribe, share this video, comment below on what you think of my list. Tell me who you think would win, and we will go from there. Alright, let's get into it. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, I would love for you to support my Patreon page. Starting as low as $3 per month, you can contribute to my media. Contributions allow me to upgrade equipment and more time to dedicate to bring you up-to-date videos and merchandise. Click the link below in the description to get started today. And again, thank you so much for supporting me all these years. Starting out with Eve versus the Brat. Now, I've done this one and actually thought about this one because I was actually listening to the Backstage soundtrack. And Eve, the Brat, and Million, you remember Million from Rockefeller, had a song called Road Dogs on there. And, I feel like Million was a little bit out of her element because you got Eve, you got the Brat, both of these chicks are lyrical titans, able to hold their own with men on the mic, prove themselves, definitely held it down for their respective eras. And both of them are super lyrical, write their own lyrics and everything. So why not put them up against each other? Definitely. I mean, this will be a celebration of female MCs. These are definitely 2 top tier MCs, let alone female MCs. I definitely would love to see these 2 ladies clash and bring the funk. Now, granted, they have kind of moved on to other things. They haven't really released any projects as far as I know, other than maybe a few singles, maybe a few guest appearances, but 20 songs between the 2 would definitely be simple. I think the Brat, it would be kind of a struggle. She does have 20 songs out there, but she would definitely have to reach more for some of her features and some of her guest appearances. Eve, however, she probably would reach for a few guest appearances, but she could definitely hold it on her own. But I think the winner in this one would definitely come out as Eve. As much as I love the Brat, I think Eve would definitely take her out unless they just go straight up like bar for bar instead of hit for hit. Then the Brat could definitely have a chance. There wouldn't be no restrictions on this battle. I think both of them, their catalogs are kind of fair. So songs like "Let Me Blow Your Mind" would be notable blows to the Brat's discography. But don't sleep on the Brat. She definitely got hits. Funkified, Give It To You remix. Oh, I Think They Like Me. Even the stuff she's done with Mariah Carey, stuff she's done with Missy Elliott, stuff she's done with Total. So the Brat, you can't just count the Brat out. So, but definitely this would be a good match, and I would love to see these ladies take it out and do what they need to do. Beanie Siegel versus Scarface. Now this one's more for the underground, hardcore gangster ass MCs. These two cats, I've always felt they should do an album together. I mean, they've done tracks together. Definitely, Faces on Beanie Siegel's album. Siegel's on Faces' album. They've done stuff with Jay-Z. They always seem to complement each other's style well. But it would definitely be interesting to see these two kind of clash and bring Philly and Houston to the forefront. Lyrical titans, OGs of their respective cities. That would definitely be something really dope. As far as the songs, Scarface, I believe, has a much bigger discography than Beanie Siegel does. Siegel, the only restriction I would be kind of eyeballing would be anything Siegel would pull off of as far as like a Jay-Z album, anything he featured on, because that would be slightly cheating, but at the same time, Face has stuff that he's done with Jay-Z. There's a few songs that, it'd be kind of questionable, like Somehow, Some Way, if they pulled that out. That's kind of a Jay-Z song, but it has Face and Siegel on it. You'd have to really kind of think about that. I would look at this more of a celebration of two cats from, the Houston and from Philly that are definitely just lyrical titans and just giants in their city and of their era. Cats that are still respected to this day. Really, there's no, other than the restriction of the Jay-Z features, I wouldn't really put any restrictions on it, but it definitely would be something I would love to see. As far as who I think would come out on top, I think Face would come out on top, being that Face is the OG. Face has the bigger discography, and Face does have a few more bangers than I feel like Siegel would have. But it wouldn't be a wash, it would be like by a few points. Because Siegel definitely can bring forth songs like Stop, Chill, Mac Bitch, all of the above. There's a whole bunch of stuff that Siegel can pull out of his hat and just, obliterate Face. But then once Face starts bringing up A Man Cry, stuff like that, My Block, once he starts bringing out those type of joints, that's kind of it, you know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't be a total wash. It would definitely be kind of like watching Siegel, not Siegel, but watching DMX and Snoop go at it. So I would definitely watch this one. It wouldn't be the most viewed battle, but it would definitely be worth watching. Two of the most slept on producers in the game, DJ Quick, Premier. Oh my goodness, this would be a war right here. This would be definitely something that would bring in at least 1 million views. I know a lot of you millennials are probably thinking, nah, I know it wouldn't, but you gotta look at these cats' track records. Just the features that they produce, not even their own music, would definitely be worth just tuning in and listening to. Then if you look into their own catalogs, it would definitely be a lot of bangers, a lot of things, a lot of different things that would bring different types in, old school, new school. As far as songs, I would definitely say that they both have an equal amount of bangers. Like I would go ahead and allow Eric to bring in a lot of the EPMD stuff, because Quick has done a whole lot of production. So I feel like maybe Quick has put out more stuff, features, and his own stuff, and stuff that artists that he's produced. So I would definitely allow Sermon to bring out the EPMD stuff, the Def Squad stuff. As far as a winner, this would be really close. If this one would be all about track positioning. Like they would have to position their songs just right. But I would definitely go on a limb and say by a slim margin, it would be Eric Sermon. He would be the winner. And when I say a slim margin, I'm talking about 1 or 2 points. But it just all depends on where Quick puts his songs, how he positions his songs. Because Quick does have a few joints like Let's Get Down, Dollars and Cents. That's just to name a few that I can think of right now. But Eric Sermon, when he pulls out Just Like Music and React and things like that, crossover, that's gonna pretty much change the whole game. But like I said, this one would be an Eric Sermon victory, but it wouldn't be by much. It'd be like 1 or 2 points. So. ATL versus NYC. This is Wu-Tang versus Outcast. Two of my favorite groups of all time. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. There has to be some restrictions on this one. As far this is because if Wu was to come in full blast with everything they got, then that would be a huge wash for Outkast. So the restrictions I would put on is no solo efforts. If it's a Wu track, it has to be a Wu track straight up like Wu-Tang Clan, not Raekwon featuring the Wu-Tang Clan or anything like that. It had to be straight Wu from the Wu albums, no Wu affiliates, none of that. So it would definitely have to be Wu-Tang songs only. And the same with Outkast, it had to be an Outkast album track only. There's no reaching for the Dungeon Family. There's no reaching for Slim Cutter Calhoun. There's no reaching for Watch for the Hook. Or none of that. So it would be straight Outkast albums versus Wu-Tang albums, period. Even then, Wu has the advantage discography-wise, but Outkast has definitely a few hits and bangers. This is another one that would be definitely about track positioning. I've asked this question online. A lot of people said that it would be Outkast, but I don't think they're really looking into the whole Wu history. Wu-Tang's first 2-3 albums alone would probably be enough to take on Outkast's entire discography, let alone everything else after that. So, but I think as far as the victory, another one. This would be slim margins, 1 or 2 points, but I definitely would give it to the Wu. I would definitely give it to Wu. No disrespect to the South, but I mean, Outkast definitely had. If we were to allow features in for Outkast, we would definitely have to allow it for Wu-Tang Clan too. And either way, it would still be a wash. So Outkast would definitely be defeated by a few points. It'll be interesting to see them pull out "Screwing on a Barbie," which is a Raekwon featured joint. You know, that'd be kind of cool to see. I would definitely love to see them pull out Prototype, Players Ball, So Fresh and So Clean. It would definitely be a jam battle. I think people would be nodding their heads. So definitely we would have to be careful with what they pull out. If the RZA running this track list, he would definitely have to go for the Wu bangers. He can't go for underground. He can't reach for dog shit. He can't reach for anything that's, not. He has to definitely pull out all the singles. He definitely has to pull out, stuff like the Method Man joint. He got to pull out Triumph. They have to pull out stuff like that, because if they're not careful and that track position it off, Outkast will sweep. Usher versus Justin Timberlake. Now this one would be very interesting to watch, being that Usher does have the discography advantage. I would just definitely love to see how Justin would conduct himself and how he would position his tracks. Now, I know a lot of people are looking at this, but oh man, you put the white boy against, Usher, that's not good. Usher's gonna sweep. Not necessarily, because y'all have to remember, Usher has several hit albums, true, but Justin has at least 2.5 albums that are dope. You know what I'm saying? His first 3 albums would definitely be ones that we would definitely look into. I wouldn't put no restrictions on this one at all. Because I think their features are about the same. The only thing I would say is Justin couldn't pull out no NSYNC. You can't pull out no NSYNC joints, bro. So Gone, Tearing Up My Heart, no, that's a no-go, bro. It has to be your solo joints. Usher has to do his solo joints. But then again, at the same time, you gotta look at some things. With Usher has a few features that are dope too. So we would definitely have to just say no features. It'd be strictly, your album joints or your singles and whatnot. So it has to be Usher, JT joints. You know what I'm saying? Victory. This one would be hard. This one would be kind of hard. Future Sex Love Sound was a very, very, very good album. It was damn near as good, if not as good, or it might even slightly be better than Confessions in my book. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Future Sex Love Sound better than I like Confessions, because it has less songs I had to skip. So, but as far as if you were to go deep into it, Usher would win this. No questions asked. Usher just has too many joints, and JT will put up a valiant effort, but like I said, can't go with the NSYNC, can't go with them group joints. Sorry, JT, but I would definitely love to see this one happen. Now I know what y'all thinking. How the hell we gonna do this? You know, we lost Whitney Houston. How would she conduct her own battle if she's not here? This one was actually brought up on my Facebook page, and I was definitely conversing with cats. So what I would do with this one, I would definitely find two representatives for Whitney. Somebody that really knows her music and knows how she would play everything out. Maybe, you know, like maybe Bobby Brown, maybe Clive Davis, someone like that. Somebody who's worked closely with her as far as the studio and just knows what she would have picked. I would definitely watch. I would definitely wouldn't have any restrictions on this one. I don't know how they would do "When You Believe," which is a song that they both worked on, and they both, you know, this their actual collaborative song. I don't know how they would work that out, but I would definitely be interested in seeing the outcome of this one. As far as a winner, this one would be too close to call. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Whitney has hits, classic joints, but at the same time, Mariah Carey has hits. She has classic joints. I believe Mariah's discography outweighs Whitney's discography. Mariah did have a slump in her career, but she also had a resurgence too, as with Whitney. Whitney had a slump in her career, but she had a nice little resurgence. She actually would have done a lot more had she not passed. Me personally, if I had to give it to somebody, I think what Mariah would do, Mariah would put up a valiant effort, but I think Mariah would definitely bow down to Whitney, being that she's not here, and Mariah would be more about celebrating the life of Whitney Houston and her music. So I definitely would love to see that. The only thing I would ask is that Pat Houston not be involved in this. I'm sorry, I do not like Pat Houston. I think she's really trying to take advantage of Whitney Houston's legacy and kind of build something that it shouldn't have been. So that's just how I feel, and that's just a personal thought. But other than that, you know what I would do? I would have Mariah Carey set it up, and I would have like maybe some type of voting thing where the fans got to pick the songs. Basically, have the fans pick the songs. You know, let the fans vote on, you know, what songs they feel should be on there, and just do it like that, because that would bring in a lot of fan attention to this, just to see if your song got picked to be in there. And, you know, as far as positioning, I would definitely have somebody that Whitney loved and trusted and worked with closely to definitely pick those songs out, you know what I'm saying? So, and I only said Bobby Brown because they were married, but at the same time, I definitely think that would be a good battle if done right. I had to think long and hard on this one. I really did. This came from when JD was kind of going off about people saying that he shouldn't battle Dr. Dre and Puffy, and he went on that tangent on Instagram where he DJ'd for a straight hour playing nothing but his hits, and he was playing stuff that I didn't even know he produced. So let's just put it out there. Jermaine Dupri is a monster when it comes to production. This dude has songs that weren't even hits that were jamming. You probably listened to him and didn't even know he produced some joints, because everything's digital now. Nobody opens the CD book no more. You know, nobody reads the production credits no more. Everybody just listens, and that's it. So Jermaine Dupri has monster hits. Pharrell Williams has monster hits. Pharrell Williams also probably has joints that you don't even know about. Songs that he's produced that no one knows about. But at the same time, his hits speak for himself. Pharrell Williams and JD going at it would definitely be a clash of the titans. Virginia versus ATL, it would just definitely be monster. You would hear grinding, you would hear songs with, you would hear yeah, you'd hear jump, you'd hear tape you, you'd hear all types of joints. There would be no restrictions because they both got songs with Jay-Z. They both got songs with Snoop Dogg. They both got songs. They got some legendary shit. So there would be definitely no restrictions at all. It would be no holds bars. Whatever you got, use it. Now, as far as a winner, I honestly, this one would definitely depend on track positioning. I think they would have to really be careful of how they respond to tracks. Like, if there was a song that was played by one person and you know you ain't got nothing to answer to, I would definitely use one of your weaker songs just to get it out of there. I wouldn't use any of your strong songs. You would definitely have to come with some backup. But if I had to guess, I'd say that Jermaine Dupri would come out on top. Jermaine Dupri stuff he's done with Mariah Carey alone would be like amazingly noticeable. I mean, he pretty much resurrected Mariah Carey's career. Not to mention all the old stuff he's done with Mariah too. So I think Jermaine Dupri would definitely come on top. It'd be by a few points. It wouldn't be like no sweep or anything like that. But definitely it'd be like a few points, a few, a few minor points. But JD would definitely come out the victor on this one. The Bay Area and New Jersey, East West Coast, but not where you would think they were from. So honestly, I want to see this. I want Redman and E40 to go head to head. I want this, depending on who you talk to, because I've had people say that Redman was a whack. I've had people say E40 was a whack. But then I have people say that Redman is super dope. I have people say E40 is super dope. These are my two favorite MCs of all time. I feel like both of them are talented beyond limits. I think both of them are underrated as hell. I think both of them have held it down. They are the true meaning of what hip hop is. They're lyrical. They understand their surroundings. They haven't sold out. They haven't done anything stupid for a check. These cats interact with their fans well. These dudes are about their business. They're about their money. These dudes are smart. They are everything that you would want in an MC. And they are continually slept on, especially E40. So it would definitely be in a good interest to see both of these cats battle. Their discographies are incredible. E40 has the advantage of the discography. As far as hits go, Redman has a slight advantage as far as hits. That don't mean E40 don't have them. E40 has hits. Don't get it twisted. I would definitely love to see these two go head to head. Bay Area versus New Jersey. Oh my God, that would be just a madness. This should bring in a lot of views because there's a lot of E40 and Redman fans out there. So this would definitely be something that I think Swiss and Timberlake should look into. You know what I'm saying? As far as restrictions, I don't think there should be any restrictions because being that Redman is with, has Method Man, Redman, and also the Death Squad. E40 has the Click. E40 has projects he's done with Too Short. So it's like, it would, honestly, I would say no, another one that would be no holds barred, straight up. Y'all go for yours, do what you need to do, handle it. And as far as a victor, woo! I don't even want nobody to win on this one. I want this to be just a celebration of the two dope MCs coming together and battling and just doing what they do. Because here's the thing with them, depending on the day of the week, I could go either way with these cats. I can go E40 on Monday. I can go Redman on Tuesday. It just depends. But I honestly, I would say a slight margin would be Redman. Only because Redman does have a few more notable features. The Christina Aguilera joint. The fact that he does have albums with Method Man, Redman. He's done joints with Wu-Tang Clan. He's done joints with Montel Jordan. But like I said, it would be a slight margin, 1 or 2 points. But I don't even think these men would care. I think they would be one of those things where they would get together, they would laugh, they would talk, they smoke, they drink. And that party, I would love to be at that after party when it's done because you already know it's going to be lit. So definitely, that would be a good battle to see. In Vogue versus Destiny's Child. The student becomes the teacher. Man, this right here would be the battle of queens. Let me tell you. Now, there are restrictions on this one. Sorry, Destiny's Child, but no Beyonce. No Beyonce solo joints at all. No Beyonce features. No, none of that. And I will go as far as even say no Kelly solo albums and even no Michelle solo albums. This is strictly DC tracks and Vogue tracks. So that, and the same with In Vogue. There will be no What a Man. There will be none of that.
So it would be strictly these ladies' joints, their albums. That's it. And if they done stuff on soundtracks, that'd be cool too. I would love to see Hold On go against Bills. I would love to see Don't Let Go Love go against Get On the Bus. It's just so many different variables of track positioning that could happen with this battle. As far as a victor, I don't know. It really depends on how Beyonce is feeling that day. I think, honestly, I feel like it would be it'll go one of two ways. Either Destiny's Child would stand down for In Vogue and let them have the victory and just play tracks, or Beyonce would be stupid competitive and they would go track for track with these ladies. I believe In Vogue would definitely have the legendary advantage as far as some of those joints like Never Gonna Get It, Lies, Don't Let Go Love. These songs are legendary. These songs were hits. These songs are really good, and so it would definitely be something that I would love to see happen. So I honestly really can't call it. If I have to say who would be a victor, I think it would definitely be Destiny's Child. For the simple fact that they do have a few more hits, it would just be kind of a wash. Now, if In Vogue positions their songs right, it could go the other way. So definitely I would give it to Destiny's Child depending on how the track positioning goes. I use the Dru Hill symbol because honestly, I don't know who's in the group anymore. I just know Cisco's there. But Dru Hill versus Escape, these are my two favorite male and female groups of all time. Dru Hill versus Escape would be a straight battle of the sexes. Being that Escape technically only has 3 albums out, Dru Hill does have 4 albums, well 5 if you count the Christmas album, but that no one speaks on that 4th album, so it would be an even match. They both kind of had suffered similar fates with their careers as far as the projects go. When their 3rd album came, a lot of drama came with those 3rd albums, and they kind of sat out for a little while. They got back together, both sides. Some members of Dru Hill didn't return. Some members returned and left. They have new members. Right now, if I believe it's Cisco, Smokey and Black. Smokey and Black from Player, which isn't a bad sub out, because if you listen to Player and listen to them cats sing, these cats are definitely cats that are just crazy talented, crazy vocally gifted. It's like them dudes that sing at church. I told them all the time whenever I talk to them online, and honestly, I even mentioned this to Nokio from Dru Hill, and he was like, I ain't gonna say he was shook, but his response was Dru Hill was in high school when Escape was out, so of course he declined. But honestly, I think that if it was a serious challenge, I think they would be up for it. Plus, it would be a good way to bring some, if not all, the members of Dru Hill together for this battle. Don't count Escape out. These ladies can sing well, every one of them. Each member of the group has their own vocal abilities. It's not just somebody lead singing and the rest of them are kind of standing behind. Same with Dru Hill. Like, all of them have vocal abilities. All of them are dope. Jazz, Woody, Nokio, Cisco, Teo, Scola, Black, Smokey. All of them are dope. So it's like, it would be a madness. If I had to give it to somebody, though, I would definitely give it to Dru Hill. I hate to do it, ladies, but Dru Hill would definitely spank y'all. I don't think I would put any restrictions on there because, I would. No Cisco songs. There will be no solo Cisco songs on this one. Sorry, Thong Song, Incomplete, joints like that would definitely be banned from this battle. But other than that, it would be interesting to see these two groups go head-to-head, battle of the sexes, ATL versus Baltimore. So, but yeah, that would be a good match to see. I mean, who else is going to go against Beyonce? Rihanna and Beyonce. Jay-Z would probably have to go hide. and Bora Bora for months after this one. Beyonce and Rihanna. That would be like the craziest battle ever. Only restrictions I'd have is in reverse from the Destiny's Child and Vogue battle. Beyonce cannot use any DC songs at all. She can use any features that DC has on her albums, which I don't think is none at all. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. But there will be no Beyonce trying to run Destiny's Child songs during her solo artist battle. Discography-wise, I think they're about even. Beyonce may have more albums than Rihanna does, but I think honestly, Rihanna has. I mean, they both have global impacts. They both are very successful. They both have a commanding fan base. They both would bang super hard against each other on this one. This would be this battle would definitely break Instagram. There's no way that they could contain all the fans that would be watching this. This would have to be outsourced to other mediums so that people can watch it. This would definitely have to be IG. This would definitely have to be Apple TV. This would definitely have to be a lot of YouTube Live, Facebook Live. There would have to be so many platforms to watch this on, because I definitely would see this exceeding a million viewers at one time. So it would definitely be a monstrous battle. As far as victory, wow, I don't even know. I have no idea. I don't really know, because granted, I know Beyonce's music more than I know Rihanna's music, but at the same time, I know what's up when it comes to Rihanna. I know that Riri is not to be played with. So I honestly feel like this would be a really one of those ones that is super too close to call. I wouldn't even know how to call this one. Definitely be another celebration of two beautiful women, two talented women doing their thing. I would definitely have to say that Beyonce would win by a small, slim margin. Like a small, slim margin. If Rihanna would have to position her tracks very well in order to win this battle, or even come close to winning. Because, like I said, Beyonce would mess around and pull something out of her ass, and it would be crazy. But she couldn't pull no DC tracks, because remember I said no DC tracks. But other than that, I think this would be a very close battle, and Rihanna, even though Beyonce could potentially have the advantage and win this, Rihanna could slide in and pull the upset. So, but I give it to Beyonce for now. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Look out for part 2 coming soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought of this. Let me know if you felt like my matchups could have been better. Were they good? Do you think my outcome guesses were good? Also, let me know what you think about the 2 Chainz and Rick Ross battle coming up. Do you think it's a good battle that Swiss and Timberlake line up for us? What do you think of the Versuz series so far? We can definitely get the conversation going. I'd love to hear from you. I do respond back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and let me know what you're thinking. If you really like what I'm doing, go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon page. Go ahead and kick your boy down a few dollars. But if not, just like and subscribe, share. It doesn't matter. I do this for the love. Holla at your boy. Y'all be safe.